Andalusia is a southwestern European region established as an autonomous community of the Kingdom of Spain. It is the most populated and the second largest in area of the autonomous communities in Spain. The Andalusian Autonomous Community is officially recognized as a nationality of Spain. The territory is divided into 8 provinces: Almería, Cádiz, Córdoba, Granada, Huelva, Jaén, Málaga and Seville. Its capital is the city of Seville. Andalusia is in the south of the Iberian Peninsula, immediately south of the autonomous communities of Extremadura and Castile-La Mancha, west of the autonomous community of Murcia and the Mediterranean Sea, east of Portugal and the Atlantic Ocean, and north of the Mediterranean Sea and the Strait of Gibraltar. Andalusia is the only European region with both Mediterranean and Atlantic coastlines. The small British overseas territory of Gibraltar shares a 3/4-mile land border with the Andalusian province of Cádiz at the eastern end of the Strait of Gibraltar. The main mountain ranges of Andalusia are the Sierra Morena and the Baiatic system, consisting of the Subbaiatic and Penibaiatic mountains, separated by the Intrabaiatic basin. In the north, the Sierra Morena separates Andalusia from the plains of Extremadura and Castile-La Mancha on Spain's Meseta Central. To the south, the geographic subregion of Upper Andalusia lies mostly within the Baiatic system, while Lower Andalusia is in the Baiatic depression of the valley of the Guadalquivir. The name Andalusia is derived from the Arabic word al-Andalus, and this term derives in turn from an older word, Vandalusia, or land of the Vandals, as well as Muslim and Romani influences. The region's history and culture have been influenced by the earlier Iberians, Carthaginians, Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Vandals, Visigoths, Byzantines, as well as the later Castilian and other Christian North Iberian nationalities who conquered and repopulated the area in the latter phases of the Reconquista. Andalusia has been a traditionally agricultural region, compared to the rest of Spain and the rest of Europe. However, the growth of the community, especially in the sectors of industry and services, was above average in Spain and higher than many communities in the Eurozone. The region has, however, a rich culture and a strong cultural identity. Many cultural phenomena that are seen internationally as distinctively Spanish are largely or entirely Andalusian in origin. These include flamenco, bullfighting, and certain Moorish-influenced architectural styles. Andalusia's interior is the hottest area of Europe, with cities like Córdoba and Seville averaging above 36 degrees Celsius in summer high temperatures. Late evening temperatures can sometimes stay around 35 degrees Celsius up close to midnight, with daytime highs of over 40 degrees Celsius common. Seville also has the highest average annual temperature in mainland Spain. The name Andalusia or Andalusia, although its present form is certainly derived from the Arabic translation of Andalusia or land of the Vandals, the etymology of the name of Andalusia is disputed, and the extent of Iberian territory encompassed by the name has changed over the centuries. In the form of Andalusia, it was traditionally believed to be derived from the name of the Germanic tribe, the Vandals, that briefly colonized parts of Iberia from AD 409 to AD 429. This proposal is sometimes associated with the 19th-century historian Reinhard Dozy, but it predates him and he recognized some of its shortcomings. Although he accepted that Al-Andalus derived from Vandal, he believed that geographically it referred only to the harbor from which the Vandals departed Iberia for Africa, the location of which harbor was unknown. The Spanish toponym Andalusia was introduced into the Spanish languages in the 13th century AD under the form El Andalusia. The name was adopted to refer those territories still under the Moorish rule until then, and generally south of Castilla Nueva and Valencia, and corresponding with the former Roman province hitherto called Baetica in Latin sources. This was a Castilianization of Al-Andalusia, the adjectival form of the Arabic language Al-Andalus, the name given by the Arabs to all of the Iberian territories under Muslim rule from 711 to 1492. The etymology of Al-Andalus is itself somewhat debated, but it entered the Arabic language even before such time as this area came under Muslim rule, like the Arabic term Al-Andalus. In historical contexts, the Spanish term Andalusia or the English term Andalusia do not necessarily refer to the exact territory designated by these terms today. Initially, the term referred exclusively to territories under Muslim control. Later, it was applied to some of the last Iberian territories to be regained from the Muslims, though not always to exactly the same ones. In the Historia de España of Alfonso X of Castile, written in the second half of the 13th century, the term Andalusia is used with three different meanings. As a literal translation of the Arabic Al-Andalus when Arabic texts are quoted, to designate the territories the Christians had regained by that time in the Guadalquivir Valley and in the kingdoms of Granada and Murcia. In a document from 1253, Alfonso X styled himself Rey de Castilla, Leon y de toda Andalusia, to designate the territories the Christians had regained by that time in the Guadalquivir Valley but not the Kingdom of Granada. This was the most common significance in the late Middle Ages and early modern period. From an administrative point of view, Granada remained separate for many years even after the completion of the Reconquista due, above all, to its emblematic character as the last territory regained, and as the seat of the important Real Chancelleria de Granada, a court of last resort. Still, the reconquest and repopulation of Granada was accomplished largely by people from the four existing Christian kingdoms of Andalusia, and Granada came to be considered a fourth kingdom of Andalusia. The often used expression, four kingdoms of Andalusia, dates back in Spanish at least to the mid-18th century. Symbols. The Andalusian coat of arms shows the figure of Hercules and two lions between the two pillars of Hercules that tradition situates on either side of the Strait of Gibraltar. An inscription below, superimposed on an image of the flag of Andalusia, reads Andalusia por sí, para España y la humanidad. Over the two columns is a semicircular arch in the colors of the flag of Andalusia, with the Latin words Dominator Hercules Fundita superimposed. The official flag of Andalusia consists of three equal horizontal stripes, colored green, white, and green respectively. The Andalusian coat of arms is superimposed on the central stripe. Its design was overseen by Blas Infante and approved in the Assembly of Ronda. The green symbolizes hope and union, and the white symbolizes peace and dialogue. Blas Infante considered these to have been the colors most used in regional symbols throughout the region's history. According to him, the green came in particular from the standard of the Umayyad Caliphate and represented the call for a gathering of the populace. The white symbolized pardon in the Almohad dynasty, interpreted in European heraldry as parliament or peace. Other writers have justified the colors differently, with some Andalusian nationalists referring to them as the Arbanada, meaning white and green in Mozarabic, a Romance language that was spoken in the region in Muslim times. The Anthem of Andalusia was composed by José del Castillo Diaz with lyrics by Blas Infante. The music was inspired by Santo Dios, a popular religious song sung at harvest time by peasants and day laborers in the provinces of Malaga, Seville, and Huelva. Blas Infante brought the song to Maestro Castillo's attention. Maestro Castillo adapted and harmonized the traditional melody. The lyrics appealed to the Andalusians to mobilize and demand tierra y libertad by way of agrarian reform and a statute of autonomy within Spain. The Parliament of Andalusia voted unanimously in 1983 that the preamble to the Statute of Autonomy recognized Blas Infante as the father of the Andalusian nation, which was reaffirmed in the reformed Statute of Autonomy submitted to popular referendum the 18th of February 2007. The preamble of the present 2007 Statute of Autonomy says that Article 2 of the present Spanish Constitution of 1978 recognizes Andalusia as a nationality. Later, in its articulation, it speaks of Andalusia as a historic nationality. It also cites the 1919 Andalusianist Manifesto of Córdoba describing Andalusia as a national reality, but does not endorse that formulation. Article 1 of the earlier 1981 Statute of Autonomy defined it simply as a nationality. The national holiday, the Dia de Heráldica, is celebrated on the 28th of February, commemorating the 1980 autonomy referendum. In spite of this, nationalist groups celebrate the holiday on the 4th of December, commemorating the 1977 demonstrations to demand autonomy. The honorific title of Hijo Predilecto de Andalucía is granted by the regional government of Andalusia to those whose exceptional merits benefited Andalusia for work or achievements in natural, social, or political science. It is the highest distinction given by the autonomous community of Andalusia.